Hi, I'm Susan Wasinger and I consider myself a feisty stitcher. I've got a project you could try that will turn your humble little sewing machine into a power tool. What do you say? Want to give it a try? You'll need your trusty sewing machine with a heavy-duty needle for sewing through thick fabrics like vinyls and leathers. Heavy-duty thread makes top stitching really stand out. You'll need scissors, rulers, straight edge for marking and cutting and all those good things. You need great fabric that you're really in love with, like this faux leather or this blackboard oilcloth that you can actually write on. Very cool. You need your adhesive, iron-on adhesive that fuses your outer and inner fabric together. You'll need fabric for your lining. Stripes are always great. Bark cloth works. Animal prints. Here's your snap setting tool that you'll need, and the snaps themselves, we'll get back around to those later. You'll need an iron. You'll need some pins for pinning. You'll need clothespins. They'll help you out like extra fingers. And a pen to mark with. Okay, now we're ready to make the bins. We're going to need to cut out some of your fabric. We need rough squares of the outer fabric that you're going to use, the faux leather, the vinyl, the oilcloth, in this case that blackboard cloth oilcloth, very cool. Your lining material, and also roughly the same size square of your fusible adhesive. Now at this point it's just rough cuts. The next step is where we'll get specific, and you might want to check out my book. Did I mention my book, The Feisty Stitcher? In it you'll find very specific directions for how to make these adorable bins in lots of different sizes. There's lots of cutting information, measurements, all that kind of stuff, as well as some great how-to photos that'll show you exactly how to make these things step by step. Okay, here we go. Let's fuse the fabric together. Lay your lining fabric face side down, the fusible web on top of that with the sticky side down, and iron according to the fusible web instructions, then peel back the paper. You'll use that paper again, and you'll expose the shiny surface with the sticky stuff on it. Use that paper again with the clean side up. Lay your outer fabric face down and your lining fabric with the sticky side down so the wrong sides are together. Iron according to manufacturer's instructions until the fabrics are fused together. Okay, ready to measure and cut. Measure out a 12-inch square and cut it with scissors. Stripes are great here. It makes measuring and cutting a lot easier. You can just follow the lines. Next, we're going to cut out the cross shape that we need to make this very cool bin. Check out my book, Feisty Stitcher, for exact measurements. You're going to cut out 4 little rectangles from the corner of your square. See those there? Scissors again work perfectly for this. Cut out all 4 and save those because we're going to use them later for the handles for the bin. Next, let's cut out those handles. We need narrow strips, and you can either cut them out of scraps or from those little corner rectangles. Now you need to work on your cross a little bit. Notice how the cross has 2 narrower flaps and 2 wider ones. You want to cut the narrower ones deeper. That will make the corner of your bin. Time to sew. Sew around the perimeter, top stitching about an 1/8 inch in from the edge. Go all the way around, reinforcing at the bottom of those cuts you made in the last step. Use heavyweight thread here if you want more prominent top stitching. Now fold the bin up with all 4 corners using the clothespins to secure it in place. Use a straight pin to mark where you're going to put the 4 snaps. Use the chalk to mark on the outside where the pin goes through, and a disappearing marker to mark the inside where the pin comes through on the inside. Eyeball where the next snap wants to go. Again, put the straight pin through, use the chalk to mark it. Mark all 4 spots on both sides of the bin. remove the clothespins and the straight pins and flatten out the bin. We're going to transfer the marks from one side to the other. The marks that were on the inside you want to transfer with the chalk to the outside, using a pin again to show you exactly the spot. And the marks that are marked on the outside you want to mark on the inside. That way every single mark, all 8 of them, is marked on the inside and out. Oh boy, now we get to set the snaps. You'll need a snap setting tool and the snaps themselves. Here are the 2 pieces for the outside, sort of the female part of the snap. You'll need to follow the manufacturer's instructions on your snap setting tool and your snaps, but this will kind of show you how it works. Okay, find the spot, both inside and out, where you want to snap it, and squeeze. You have to squeeze hard. And oh snap, there we go. Okay, now to set the snaps on the receiving end, on the inside, which are actually the male snaps in this. They also are a 2-part deal. Again, follow the manufacturer's instructions and find your mark on the inside or the outside and squeeze. Bam! You've got your male snap. And look at how perfectly they fit together. Oh man, I love these. Last step is to make the handles. Top stitch around the outside perimeter of the narrow strips of fabric, then pin them into place on the wider of the flaps. Right in the center, one strap end next to the other. Pin them about 1/2 inch down from the flap edge. Take them to your trusty sewing machine and stitch first along the top edge, then the bottom edge, and then in an X pattern. Guess what? You are all done.